Hi, I'm Ellen Cahill with WOSU Classroom, and I am one of the instructors busy building out video content that helps you become more effective in an e-learning platform using Google Classroom. And I want to introduce today Wakelet. It is an incredible curation tool that can easily be integrated into many of the apps that you are beginning to use in your repertoire. So let's kind of get into what Wakelet is. If you'd like to follow along with this presentation, please use this bit.ly. I am one of the instructional design consultants with WOSU Classroom. Here's my email address if you would like it. And one of the reasons why I like Wakelet is that my background is in special education and curriculum design. And so trying to create multiple pathways, integrating different kinds of learning styles has always been something that I'm looking for in a tool that I'm using with students. And Wakelet does that in big ways. So one of the ways in which I want to kind of show you is that Wakelet is like Pinterest on steroids. It is, I've always been a big proponent of Google Keep. I really like that because you can do a lot of things and integrate that into the different apps. But with Wakelet, it's a little different. It's like Pinterest, but you can add in so many things that you can't. So you can add in from your Google Drive. You can make Flipgrid shorts, which are great little explainers to kind of introduce and set up a collection for students. You can then go ahead and do all this curation and upload it and or sync it and share it directly to Google Classroom. And also too, for your learners who have different kind of styles, but also different kinds of modifications or accommodations you need, that Immersive Reader is really a powerful tool. And so when you move into read mode on an article that you might have posted in Wakelet, it has a way to change the text, to highlight different grammar parts of it, and also to translate it into over 60 languages. So I'm really hearing from a lot of educators is like, all this is great, but I don't have the translation to do this. And so I'm going to show you how you can do that with your students. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look at how we go to wakelet.com, start an account, create a profile, what kinds of things you can add into a collection, how you go ahead and use your bookmarks. And this has an incredible Chrome extension tool. So if any of you have been used to that, you can create your tabs that you're using and put those directly into a collection. So that's really powerful. And then also how to share to Google Classroom. And I'll also show you that Immersive Reader too. So first thing that I'd like you to do is that if you're following along with this, you can just go ahead and click. These are hyperlinks. When you see these in the presentation, those are going to be linked to different Wakelet videos that are short. I think the longest one might be 4 minutes, and some of them are just around 1 or 2 minutes that really kind of give you a broad overview of what the tool is. So if you want to go ahead and go to Wakelet, let's go ahead and I'm going to just show you how you go ahead on in. I'm going to go ahead and just type in wakelet.com. It automatically, since I already have a profile, it automatically links me to that. You can see that it's going to ask you your name, your email. You can go ahead and sign up with Google account, which I think is a very easy way. You also can look at having different accounts. So if you want to have more than one account, you can have those automatically linked in and signed in. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this account. So if you want multiple ones, you can. Once you have that account, go ahead and they're going to ask you areas of interest. And I strongly recommend education is a great one to go ahead and look at. And I'm just going to say that it's really a powerful tool that there are going to be lots of things that they'll go ahead and put into your showcase based on your areas of interest. You can see getting started with Google for Ed is in there. That was really great. Flipgrid remote learning tutorials. So anyway, so you can go ahead and in this community showcase, when you like something, I can go ahead and just click on it. And you can see just in a real quick that it has, I can follow this person if I like their content. I could go ahead and save this into mine. And this kind of gives you great reasons. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and save that. I can automatically go ahead and share it, copy it, and then I can embed it into a website. If some of you have websites that you're using with your students, you can get the embed code there, just copy it and go ahead and put it in there. So that showcase is pretty cool. Surf School is going to be just kind of your resource on how you can go ahead and surf this. Wakelet, just an interesting note, is the reason why it's called Wakelet is that it's that stream that's behind jets or behind boats that you can kind of see. And so that's how it kind of got its name. But when I want to go back to my home base, you can see I have my profile here. I'm following some people and I have some different bookmarks that I have. If I go ahead to my bookmarks, they're going to be created by the times that I've kind of gone ahead and done this. And so when I go here, I can go ahead and select the bookmark and I can open it up and see what it is. I can add it to a collection and I'm going to go ahead and add it to my Wakelet connection. So you can go ahead and look at different things, put them in your bookmarks, and then save them to a collection. So I just wanted to show you that bookmarks are individual entries that you have, and inside that bookmark, it might be its own collection, but what you're going to be looking at doing is creating collections themselves. So that's kind of the bigger piece. So you have bookmarks as a layer, and then you have bookmarks that kind of be organized into your collections. So when I look at this, this is organized by when I've last updated things. But if I go ahead and I look at my Wakelet, you can see that I have added in that tutorial. Let's say I want to go ahead and you can see I have my little welcoming kind of thing, and I have some videos in here. I have a Flipgrid short. So when I want to go in there, I can add contributors. So when you add a contributor, you can invite them via a link or a code, and you can copy the link and send an email. If you have folks that are going to be inside your that you've already going to go ahead and follow, you can invite them. Also, too, you could type in an email. You can also manage contributors. So if, let's say, I'm working with a TESOL teacher or an EL, I can have both of us in there and we can go ahead and add it. But when you are the author, when you are the administrator, you are the only one who can delete it. So contributors can add, but they can't remove it. So when I want to go in, I want to go ahead and edit this one. And you can see that while I added this in, I want to go ahead and change this up. I want to go ahead and make sure. So anytime you have things in your collection, you can go ahead and move it. And I've gone ahead and moved that down to the bottom. So you can rearrange things. You can also drag things if you want to go ahead and do that. So you can see how I have added in some different things. And I think maybe creating a collection would be the first thing I would want to show you. But in here. But you can see I have YouTube videos, I have a Google Doc, something from my drive, I have a Flipgrid short in here, and then I also have a collection in there. So if I go ahead and get out of that, go ahead and save and exit. It's got the little spinning thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and exit. I want to show you what you can add in here. So when I click on this plus, I can add in text, YouTube videos, bookmarks. So if I wanted to go ahead and add in something else, I can go ahead and add that. I can trash things and edit something. I can bring in something from my drive. And so I could say, don't go to this again. If I want to go ahead and add this to my drive, it will come in and look at my Google Drive. It'll want to know which Google account you're going to have. So you sign into your Google account. And it looks just like your Google account that you have going on. It looks to me like I've got a couple videos in here, and I can go ahead and find a file and select it and upload it. The other thing you can do and add, and I think this is really great for those explainer moments to kind of help connect kids into your collection and kind of give them kind of an orientation tool. You can see it directly goes into your Flipgrid account. And so if you don't have one, you can go ahead and sign in with your Google account to get a Flipgrid, but it will go ahead and make a little video. So you can have like a short little video and just kind of bring that on in. You can add in sticky notes. So all those great tools for Flipgrid, you can go ahead and use in there. So the other thing I want to show you is with this is that you can organize this in a variety of ways. If you're starting to get a lot of content, the mood board kind of is very familiar, looks like this. And if I wanted to change something around, I can easily move it around in a mood board. Using a grid kind of helps organize the space a little bit better. If you have some students that kind of get too disoriented and you want to just kind of keep it really compact, you can go ahead and do it that way. Let's go back, and I'm going to go ahead and keep in my media. And I want to show you, I'm going to go ahead and save and exit. And I want to go in and show you, and just adding in the images and all that kind of stuff is easy. But I'm going to show you that I have this PDF right here. And this is going to be an article, Best Practices for Positive and Productive Remote Work for Us Educators. And it's really hard to negotiate when you've got a lot going on in the background. But in this, they have something called read mode. And when you click on read mode, it basically is going to kind of present it in a very undistracted format. You'll still have, you can see that I don't have any pictures in here. So if you had a website that had some ads in it, if any of you are familiar with the extension Print Friendly, that it kind of does what Print Friendly would do. And so you can kind of have it there. But what's really cool is you can go ahead into Immersive Reader. Once you first click on read mode, then go into Immersive Reader, you can see that it will give you a whole bevy of tools. So if you click on down here, it will go ahead and read it.
Have closed their doors to protect students, employees.
I think that is a really smooth computer, voice to be reading. I don't find that wonky at all. I can change it to gender. I could speed it up or I could slow it down. So readers can go ahead and do that. The other thing that it goes is that it has on this side here on the top right, that has text preferences, grammar options, and reading preferences. When you click on text preferences, you can increase the size, you can increase spacing or not, you can change the font, you can change backgrounds. So all those things can kind of go in there depending on what kind of students' needs are for that. For grammar, you can highlight all the nouns. If you are doing something where you want students to read a passage and identify adjectives and have them explain what the adjective did in reading, it will go ahead and you can change the color if you want that to look a little bit bigger. Let's see, purple might be the one to use. So you can kind of see purple, so you can change the color if you want. So there's all those options, and then the reading preferences, and this is the one that I think is really going to be the game changer. You can choose a language, you can have it translated into, like I said, over 60 different languages. You can also have a focus, line focus, series of 3 if you want, or just go ahead and change out of that. So there's all those. You can go by word, by the document. So there's all different ways you can kind of apply those preferences. So I think that's really going to be a powerful tool for students. So you can really get them to start reading more and getting better creative. So when you go ahead there, you can also go ahead and visit the original, and you can also share it. So let me show you how you can share this collection. I'm going to go ahead and share the whole collection, but you can share different things out of it. But when I go ahead and I want to share this, I can go ahead and share it either a QR code, so I could copy that, take a picture of that, or do a screenshot of that and put it in an email if teachers aren't using Google Classroom. You can also copy this link and send it via email if that's another option, or you can go ahead inside your Google Classroom and click that. You can select the class you want it to go to, select the action, and go ahead and hit go. You can go ahead and say great tips. I can have this for all students, or I can, just like you in Google Classroom, select different ones and go ahead and post it. And there it is. So it's bing a bang. So it's really, really seamless. So much inside of Wakelet that I really hope you look at different ways you can look at integrating this into building content for your students. So what I want to do is just recap all the things that I went ahead and looked at. We looked at how you can go ahead and create a profile. We've looked at how you can add images, your bio, and your contact information. And an important thing to remember is this green button for share. Creating new collections, how you can create this. And if you want to go ahead and see a short video clip on that, just click on this link here. How your collections can be updated and organized, all the different kinds of things you can put inside there. Flipgrid, using that as a little short explainer. How you can change your view in this so that you can accommodate different settings. Also, how change the visibility. The savings of each can be different for each collection. It's not for your whole thing. And then also too, when you get into this and you really, really like it, I strongly recommend you getting that Wakelet extension. And so this is where when you click on that Wakelet extension, all your tabs show up, and you can just drag over your different tabs directly into your collection boards. This is how you can share and invite contributors and manage your contributors. How you can go ahead and share your collection using QR codes, Google Classroom. If you're in Microsoft Teams, you can also do it that way. How the read mode is really what's going to be the game changer, and all the different ways that you can have students interact with the text in a variety of ways. And I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you find this to be a powerful tool. If you would like to get the PD credit, go ahead and use KWTL, and you will be able to get PD credit for your licensure. So anyway, thank you so much, and I appreciate your time.